Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans and otherwise, to the greatest game of all, Yerth. Prepare to witness a spectacle of pure embarrassment. We will begin now.
Well, Vincent was slaughtering me, so I think it messed up the camera movements a little bit, but welcome back to round 2 of the second recorded casual series game between Jimmy and Larry. Jimmy in the first round scored 8 points, so now all Larry has to do is score 9 points to win, or if they score 8, then we'll have a tie-breaking fist fight, in which case, who knows. But as a Team Jimmy fanatic and founder, I'm a bit worried for this round because 8 points is not to be insulting, but it's not a particularly great score, and it's going to be pretty difficult for Landon and Rigdon here to play their hearts out as hunters and prevent 8 points from being scored. That'd have to be a pretty good defensive round. So let me make sure this is actually recording. Yep, we're good. Um, yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. It's pretty much impossible that Team Jimmy wins this with only 8 points, but we are off.
Let the suffering begin.
So looks like Vincent's gonna be taking the Invis potion. I don't even know what's in that barrel actually. I have no idea what's in that. Vincent's gonna be taking the invisibility potion for later. And Ben is going off towards the colors. He might be getting Dwarven Stone first. It's hard to say. He's not really running towards that now. Let's see what he does. Remember, you can't get any of the color stones at this point until you might get daytime, or you have basic keys. You can use a basic key on individual color stones to unlock them otherwise. Like, here's one of the locks. This one unlocks the light blue stone, which is right there, for example. But yeah, they won't be able to
Wow,
get...
they are looking snazzy.
Okay, so Vincent is going for Castle Zack first, which is never a bad start. And I'm still trying to figure out what Ben's going to do. Oh, he is going for Dwarven, but he's going to get the Ender Pearl at the top of the palace first. The stone, and that was Vincent at Castle Zack. Again, a reminder, the collected stones is shown on the right side of the screen. That is not equal to the scoreboard that I have at the bottom. The stones only count officially once you bring them back to the middle of the map in the safe zone. Looks like we saw this strategy used last round. Looks like Vincent did the old fortified stone, ender pearl to grindstone. It's a classic move. Oh, we've got some radar towers coming online, but I don't think they've turned on Delta yet, so Vincent is going to go undetected through here. But he did just get the stone, so they'll know where he is that way. Ben got his Ender Pearl in the Dwarven City. I would expect he's going to get the stone while he's here. Yep, he's going down to get it. He goes down the stairs. Come on, Ben, you know which way to go. There he goes. Spectator mode is so cool. Alright, getting the stone. So they're already going to be at 3. And the other thing is, since both Seekers have 2 lives, each one is guaranteed to be able to turn in whatever stones they collected during their first life after they die, because you respawn in the safe zone directly. So really all they have to do is get 8 stones together and then just die, and then they can turn them in. Technically they win the game as soon as they get 9, but we'll play the full round to simulate a competitive game, because in a season, and we just saw Vincent get the dirt stone. Usually, why are they both in the same place? Huh. Well, that's odd. But anyway, I was talking about season games. So what we'll do in the seasons is part of your win-loss record is actually the combined differential by which you have won games. So if you win a game by 10 points and then you win the next game by 2, then you have a score of 12, which is used as a tiebreaker for the same records. So in that case, if this were a season game, Vincent and Ben would want to win this game by as much as they possibly could. So even though as soon as they get 9 points, they've already won the game, it doesn't matter. They want to get that point differential higher. So we're gonna let players like practice thinking about that for the actual season games that we have later. Alright, so Ben is probably, he might be getting, oh no, he's getting the strange stone. I thought he might get the holy cod right here as well. So these are 7 holy meats, and if you turn in all 7 of them at a different place than the stones, they have their own turn in. If you turn all 7 of them in, you get really, really good power-ups as a seeker. You can also get a golden apple for each one you turn in individually too, so you don't have to turn them all in to get something. Vincent went into the space realm. Is he waiting on someone to follow him in? He usually tries to do this. He always tries to knock people off. Let's see. I haven't checked on the hunters yet. Bio's just running through Larry. He's gonna have to go to that wood over there. What is... And as I said, I mean, it's pretty much guaranteed that Team Larry wins this one. They're already at 5 points. Neither of them have died yet. It would be incredibly unlikely that they both die twice before collecting 4 more points. No. Yeah, 4 more, because they need 9 to technically win. That would be very unlikely. What did Vincent end up doing? Oh, okay, so he just went to
25 minutes remaining.
Alright, so the temple is enabled, which is how you can unlock the color stones. It doesn't look like either of them is going for that right now, but they don't really need it.
What the heck? Haha. Do you get it?
So Vincent got into the lava fortress here by where you saw he was in that space area where he was waiting to knock someone off. That's how you get to the lava fortress. It's just a like teleporting system. They all go between each other. So he's gonna get the Spire Stone here. That puts them at 7 points collected. This is now 8. So
now the Seekers are really in for it.
That's nighttime activated. So assuming that they can turn their stones in after they die, they've already basically tied the game for all intents and purposes. Vincent's trying to do this parkour to get out. I think he messed it up. Okay. Well, he had the fire resistance thrown, so you can swim through this lava. It's just that if you do the parkour, it's a lot faster to get out than swimming through all this. So that's just the kind of exchange there, but he's fine. He's going to be going for the Blossom Stone right here, which is basically a stone you should get every single round. Okay, here's Ben. Let's see. Okay, so Rigdon is just kind of running through spawn. He's kind of running towards the Blossom Stones over there. You can see the pink tree. Oh, they got a kill. So Ben is now going to turn in the 9 stones. Or no. He's only going to turn in his 5. Yep. Oh, I gave the wrong team points. Whoops. Ben had 5 collected, so he should have 5 turned in. There's only 4, but it should have been 5. Alright, it is officially 8-5. That was Vincent. Alright, in the ocean. So, what has to happen? The only way that Team Jimmy can win this is if Ben has 1 life left. So if they kill Ben, he's out of the game. Specifically, though, they would need to kill him before he makes it back to spawn again. But if they go ahead and kill him, which I would recommend, they just team up on him and try to kill him. That's what I think they should do. That's really their only chance. So Landon's here. Let's see where Rigdon is. They're not doing that. So, what I'm saying is if they teamed up to kill Ben quickly, or potentially faster than only 1 person chasing him, then they get him out of the game as soon as possible. Then Vincent's the only Seeker left. He will have 2 lives left, which means that he's still able to turn those stones in that are remaining. But Ben, well, at this point, I don't think it matters anymore because Vincent has 2 lives left. So even if they get Ben out of the game, he's gonna put the stone. He has 1 more stone that he hasn't turned in. Now he has 2. He's going to put those 2 stones in the leftovers, and Vincent's gonna make it back to spawn when he dies, so he's gonna be able to turn all the points in at that point, and then they'll just have enough to win. So there is the only scenario where they can win this game is if right now, if Ben dies, like right now or in the next 2 minutes or something. So one, Ben has to die soon, and two, when Vincent dies the first time, he has to throw an ender pearl and then die, because that means he'll respawn in the safe zone, and then the ender pearl will land. So he'll be teleported out of the safe zone, and then he's not guaranteed to turn his stones in anymore because he has to make it back with 1 life left. So that's the scenario that has to happen. That is the only chance that Team Jimmy has to win this game. That's fairly unlikely that that will happen specifically, like in that order and in that way. But you know, it's not unrealistic that a seeker dies after throwing an ender pearl, because it's actually something that can definitely happen. Because if you're getting chased down and you have an ender pearl, any kind of escape, and you start panicking, especially with an ender pearl, you're probably just gonna throw it to
20 minutes remaining.
You're probably just gonna throw it to desperately try to escape. But you might be in a situation where you don't have time until the ender pearl lands to actually survive. So it is fairly possible. It's just, I think it's a little unlikely for that specific thing to happen, especially since they're not getting a whole lot of pressure on the Seekers so far. Let's see. So Landon's there, and okay. So wasn't Ben here? I think. Not really. Maybe that was Vincent. No, the hunters are just not. They're not really getting the pressure on the Seekers right now. They're not able to keep up with their locations super effectively at the moment. Ignore the -5 lives. That doesn't mean anything for hunters. Who should we check out? Okay. So Ben is going. What is this? Ben is going down to the Doctor Stone. This will be the first time that it has been collected while we've at least recorded which stones are gotten. So that is interesting. They're not going to have any idea he's down there. Landon is just in the shanties. Right. Vincent, lab unlocked. This is for the Doctor Stone. Vincent's going to collect some things at Castle Jeff. This is one of the really weird things that he made that only he knows about. We'll talk to him about all this afterwards. Don't worry. So he's just collecting some stuff there. Again, they have. It's almost impossible that they haven't won the game at this point. So
now the Seekers are really in for it.
We'll just keep analyzing it. One thing is that it's really not. They really shouldn't be getting the temple. I think they're in too desperate of a situation to be spending time running to the temple and activating it. I mean, sure, that leaves more of a chance for the Seekers to get it, but the thing is, they don't actually need it to win the game. They already have the points to win the game. So, the one scenario where they win, they have to kill Ben really quickly. So they would just need to be chasing him down. It looks like Landon has tracked Ben's location successfully. Where did he go? What? Oh, okay, he's just hiding down here. I think Landon's probably gonna figure it out. We'll see how this fight goes. This might be Ben's last life, actually. So it's still possible for them to kill Vincent while he uses an Ender Pearl, like I said. Ben is very fast. I think he used his speed boost that the Seekers start the game with. Yeah, it definitely looks like he used it. So he's just running. We'll keep watching this chase. It's gonna be hard to close that distance once the speed boost runs out. It's gonna be hard to close that distance. He's got his starter pearl. He hasn't even used it yet. Let's see what he does with it. What's the distance? Okay, that's definitely a manageable distance for Ben to be chased from. All right. Well, not much happening in the game right now. I think Landon should be making his way to the wall. We're not getting too much stone action at the moment. Let's see what Vincent's up to. Okay, he's been in Jeff this whole time. He probably got like a bunch of stuff. He's gonna be stuck here. Oh, well here comes Landon. He gave up on Ben because yeah, Ben kept running past Jeff. Jeff's back here. Yeah, he gave up on that.
15 minutes remaining.
All right, we've got the season powers and curse tablets available. I know that did one of them take? Yeah, one of them took Zach's tablet. So I'm not sure if they're going to be trying to turn that in at this point. It doesn't look like it. I wouldn't turn it in. It's not going to help them enough. To actually activate a curse tablet, they have to run to the ziggurat, which is at the ocean. Which also means that they have to stop chasing a seeker to do that, so they absolutely don't need to. So here we go. Vincent's getting chased down. So again, what has to happen is as soon as he's killed, if he makes it back to the safe zone when he's dead, the only way he doesn't is if he throws an ender pearl. So as soon as he's killed and he's in the safe zone, he can turn in all of his points, which would give them an additional 7, which is well enough for them to win. Technically, they still do only have 5 points, but again, Vincent can turn in his 7 when he dies. So they really have to kill Ben so that they can concentrate on Vincent. That's why I was saying they need to just get Ben out of the game first, so that Vincent's the only seeker left and he can't do as much. But again, he still has his 2 lives left, so even then, it still doesn't matter that much. So it's really just a bad situation. It really just shows you that 8 stones is difficult to defend. It's just hard to win if you only have 8 stones. So that's just really the long and short of it. You have to have a really, really crazy defense game, which we did see in the last round. Vincent and Ben really laid it down on the hunter side of things. And they're starting to lay it down here on the seeker side of things. Now, really what's happening is, from what I've seen, they've just been avoiding the hunters very effectively. We're going to see if they go for temple again. Like I said the last time, I would not recommend they do that. I don't think they should. Rigdon is running away from it, so I don't think they're going to get it. I don't know if he's still trying to get a cursed tablet turned in eventually. Oh, and we got the compasses turned off. That was probably Ben. Yep. So that's just another nail in the coffin at this point. Again, though, I mean, they still haven't turned these stones in. It is taking them a long time to turn them in, but it's not gonna. It's very unlikely that that's gonna matter by the end of the round. It's technically possible that they end up running out of time. I don't know. I mean, Vincent could be like, let's say Ben gets killed, like in the next minute or so. I mean, Vincent could just be kind of out getting stones for too long and not be able to make it back in time. I think that's very unlikely. He could also just kill himself to get back to the safe zone instantly. He could just like jump off of a cliff or something and then he'd respawn in the safe zone because he's got the 2 lives. So that's also... So what I'm saying, I know I keep saying the same thing, but there's really no situation. There's one specific situation where they can win. Technically, the other situation is Ben dies and then Vincent doesn't make it back in time because he just never goes back in 15 minutes. But um, I'm not sure if that was an accident or if Rigdon did that on purpose just to make it back to the safe zone or make it back to spawn faster. So when a hunter dies, they just have to wait in this little jail for 30 seconds before they can move again, but they have infinite lives. Vincent's getting his fall armor from the seasons. I'm not sure if he's going to replace the armor he already has, though. It seems pretty good already. I guess it's just stuff from Jeff. He's going to get the acorn hat at least. This stuff has thorns on it, which is really, really good. Mainly because of the knockback. So when you hit somebody that has thorns armor, it actually knocks you back, which makes it very difficult to fight them in melee. Okay. Ben is going up to his battleship thing. Landon is so far smartly not following him up, but okay, yeah, he's being smart. He's not going to follow him up. Except the problem here is that Ben is high up enough where you're out of range to seeing the name tag, so he's not going to be able to easily tell what Ben's doing. But it is the correct decision to not follow Ben
10 minutes remaining.
because at this point I would assume that Ben
Ah,
has
how refreshing.
and that's the throne at seasons. Like I was saying, I would just assume as a seeker that Ben probably, or as a hunter, I would assume that Ben has at least an ender pearl or a teleporting item still. So if you followed him up here, he would just use one of those and then leave you stranded, and it would take forever for you to get back down. So Landon is doing the correct thing by waiting at the ground.
Time to put a spring in your step. Ha ha.
And Vincent just got the spring power. He's going to be trying to get some kills here. The spring power is very good for trying to get hunter kills because it refills your health completely, like every minute or something like that. Every 30 sec. No, that's the holy meats. I don't know specifically what it is. Every once in a while, every so often, it refills your health completely. So if that happens in the middle of a fight, obviously that's very helpful. Ben's actually trying to shoot Landon. There's some kind of bow loot in this battleship that's really good. That's what he's trying to use, I think. I doubt this is going to do anything. They're kind of just wasting time, but again, it doesn't really matter. I did bring up that they could run out of time. I mean, 10 minutes left is not a whole lot.
Now I can finally see.
Okay, so Vincent is getting the temple. He got daytime. So he's probably just trying to get some color stones. Let's check on. Okay, so he's still at Delta. We saw that. Oh, Rigdon's pretty close to Vincent. Vincent has not walled yet to the wars. Oh, he's going to his house. Okay, so daytime honestly was just a distraction, if anything. Okay, so this was a good idea. I see what the vision is. So Rigdon is playing the Huntsman class, which gives you a teleporting item that teleports you to the swamp. The reason he just did that is because the swamp is right next to all the color areas, and he wants to make sure that he prevents them from getting color stones. So I definitely see the vision. That was a good play. He had no way of knowing that Vincent didn't go to the colors and went to his house instead. So Vincent now has the sword at this house, which is the kitchen knife. It's a really good sword. He just tried to get loot that we removed without telling him, so I hope he gets mad about that and he learns a lesson. Vincent, I hope you watch this and learn your lesson. Stop adding hidden loot everywhere. Okay, it looks like he's... Well, at least I just learned where all of it is, so that will be gone soon. That will be gone by the next game. Cool. So Vincent's doing that. Let's see what Rigdon's doing. He knows that they're not in the colors, but I think he's just guarding it. Again, they still haven't turned in those stones, so this is getting a little interesting. Ben still needs to die at some point, because by now he has enough points by himself to win the game if he makes it back. So he still needs to get killed. That has not changed. So the situation is changing as they get more points. Ben now could go win the game by himself, even ignoring Vincent's points. So they really, really need to kill him. He's going to the colors, though. Rigdon was over here. Oh, He's on his tail, I think. Where's Ben? Ben's somewhere over here. Yep. Okay. So Rigdon is a good distance away. Ben has the space to at least get one stone. I don't know if he's going to. Oh, oh, they're exchanging items. This is really interesting. They're gonna kill Rigdon. I don't think Rigdon's gonna survive this fight. We've got a 2v1 Seeker Hunter fight. Oh yeah, Rigdon's dead. Or that's Landon, sorry. Rigdon's coming up now. Landon is probably dead, that's why he's running away. Oh, we've got everyone fighting. This is crazy. Oh yeah, this is like this does not happen a lot. Okay, so we've got Vincent's chasing Landon and Rigdon is chasing Ben. We've just got like a conga line going here. Let's see what happens. If they kill Vincent, they win the game automatically, ironically, because he's just going to turn his stones in. They need to kill Ben first, ideally, to at least guarantee they don't get those points. Oh. Okay, so this is a good time to bring up, if a Seeker kills a Hunter, that's a reminder. If a Seeker kills a Hunter, they also get a point for that. So they just got a point for that kill. That's an immediate point. That's an immediate point. You don't have to turn in anything for getting kills, obviously. That's just an immediate point you get. So they're now at 6. It's still only 6 to 8, technically, but I imagine they're going to be turning those stones in pretty soon. I can't imagine that they actually run out of time. That would be pretty embarrassing. I don't know what's going on with this fight here. This is really weird. I really doubt that they're probably gonna kill him. Oh! Landon just made it back. Okay, we're back to 2v2. This is so funny. We've got everyone's fighting each other at the same time, except the hunters are just running away. I don't know if he remembered to get the death upgrade. Oh, that was good. That was good. Ben should die because of that. He's trying to run back to the safe zone before he dies, I think. Ben, I don't know if he's gonna die actually. Nope, he's fine. He's turning in the rest, so they now have. I'll have to wait until the messages pop up. Or they should have 10 points turned in. Vincent's in the safe zone now, so they're gonna have all their points. So collected stones. That is 17 points, plus the kill is 18. So they are now at 18 points. Oh, that's actually... Oh, that's really bad. It's not necessarily important because... So what we're talking about, the toxic spores is an item that the huntsman class uses, but this is a backup where that item hasn't been fixed yet, so it didn't actually work. The item gives the seekers fatal poison for... That's another point, technically. The item gives the Seekers fatal poison for 10 seconds, so during that fight that actually would have been helpful, but the reason I say it doesn't really matter is because if Ben had died, his stones go in leftovers. If Vincent had died, then he would have respawned down here to turn in all those points anyway, so it wouldn't have affected the result of this game. So obviously this game is now over, but they are trying to get as many points as they can.
2-minute warning.
There's another kill. They should be getting... I think the death upgrades are... Yeah, okay, we're calling it there, obviously. Got a little rough at the end there. But we got to see an example of the Seekers getting some combat gear, which is interesting, and that was it's an entertaining fight sequence, obviously. So there you go. Larry has taken the win to break the tie, and I'm as a Jimmy fan, I'm very sad by what I'm seeing. but sometimes it happens. Well, I hope everybody has a good Yerth day.